This season of Dear Black Gay Men, we've stuck solely to dating and HIV. How long have you been undetectable? And more importantly, was it difficult to get there? Dating in open relationships. What do you think poly is?
A committed relationship with multiple people.
Dating content creators. Are you a size queen?
Here's the thing.
What point is talking about the process of dating if we don't talk about the outcomes of dating? So tonight, I'm talking to couples that have gotten out of the dating pool. They've settled down, found the man or men they're walking their journey to happiness with. I want to know from their perspective, what are we doing wrong in the dating pool and what don't we know about relationships? I'm excited to announce our new colors in our Dear Black Gay Men merch. We still have our trusty basics like the red hoodie that I'm wearing now, but we launched Sage, Maroon, and Sand in our warm and cozy collection. As much as I love the subscribes, we need your support. So shopping our merch is the easiest way to help us continue to create content right here on Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. You can shop right now at dearblackgaymen.shop. The link is in the description. Now, let's get into the episode. I went searching the sun, and it came in the form of you. This is Couples Explained, and the show starts right now. What up, though? Jay the Gentleman here. That's at Jai the Gentleman right here. We're live from the back room right here on Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. Thanksgiving was yesterday, and if you're over family time, then Dear Black Gay Men is here to save the day. The whole season, we've been baby stepping ourselves out of the dating pool. I've got DMs from couples that said they learned something new about the dating pool from the show, and now they're dating, which is exciting. I'll admit that I've been texting with a special someone that I met through Dear Black Gay Men Podcast, so there's that. The whole intention behind season 4 of the show is to give us tools to be the best singles we can be, to find our way out of the dating pool and into relationships. Tonight, I'm talking to couples that are well along their journey to happiness with their man and to see if they can help all of us do the same. Please welcome to the show, Jashawn and Antoine Williams Rowans. The fact that y'all are hyphenated makes me feel it makes me feel warm and fuzzy all in my heart. The Williams Rowans household is in the building.
Absolutely. What's up, y'all?
What did it feel like when you became Williams Rowans?
Listen,
Like the first time you had to write that on a piece of paper or something.
man, I signed that thing. I was. It was. It's
That's
really
a long
exciting.
fucking name, though.
It's long as hell, but it was really exciting. It's not a lot of Rowans, so for me to have that last name is like, all right, bro, you got a little lineage with you now. So
Because you are the Williams of Williams Rowans. That's where you started.
exactly.
And you are Rowans.
Absolutely.
And so what was it like the first time you signed Jashawn Williams Rowans somewhere? Or got to type it or send it in an email or something?
I wrote it first, and I felt a great sense of pride to take his last name.
So for those who don't know, Jashawn is a pastor.
Oh my God.
So you sound very pastorly with that. You don't have to be a pastor right now. You could just be Jashawn Williams Rowans.
I mean, that's who I am. This is who I am.
Because it's many are called, but few answer. What is it? What is it saying?
Many are called.
Many are
few
chosen.
Many are called, but few are chosen.
Yes.
See, so this is your calling showing.
Yes.
Okay.
Every
Okay.
day.
Before the show, y'all, they were nervous as hell. So I will be the heathen. Are y'all ready to have
We're
this?
not supposed to say that.
I mean, it's Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. We say everything here.
Okay.
All right. Are y'all ready?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Okay, teammates, let's get into the episode. Okay, every week I ask the same question to start the show. This time it's the dating edition. What have you had it with in Black gay dating culture, Antoine? What have you had it with?
I tend to trying to mind my business with other people's affairs. However, what I'm really, really tired of is you can't fall in love in 3 days. You can't meet somebody in a week and be in love and know that they're the one for you. Tired of it.
You hear that though?
Oh yeah, man.
And see, I hear the exact opposite. People are like, why can't he just be mine? Maybe it's because I'm an eligible bachelor.
Yeah, maybe so.
Thank you. I mean, thank you for co-signing on my delusions. Jashon, what have you had it with in black gay dating culture?
The audacity.
Okay. Elaborate.
So I'm sorry, best friends, but my best friends literally are like.
Well, not all of them.
Not all of them.
Okay.
Not all
Okay.
of them. Not all of them.
Okay, because we don't want to single out your
Oh,
group
yeah,
of friends
yeah,
and then
yes.
be and next thing you know, like they is
Yeah.
fucked up. But go ahead.
They just think that they are God's gift to the earth, which they are. They are.
Okay.
But it's like you have to give what you want. Like you have to plant those seeds and get those I don't know. They are just really like say whatever they want to their partners, and then our partners are just supposed to like
they
take
have
it.
partners to say something to?
Yes, and just kind of like say
The
it.
fact that you nodding like, yeah, I know exactly who the fuck he talking about.
Yeah, it's like
they're
how wow, what?
Well, you know, the interesting thing about that is one thing that I admire the most about this particular love affair is y'all look like y'all are friends. Like y'all look like, oh,
yeah,
that's
this
my
is
bestie.
best friend. Yes, yes.
So
Yes.
will you say the audacity? Does that mean that you censor things when you're talking to Antoine, or what, or how is it you keep from having the audacity in your relationship? That's my question.
Because he is my friend, and I feel like I value my friends, and so I treat my friends like my friends. You know, like
Okay.
the way I interpret a friend, I treat them like I hold them to that standard of being my friend. And so there is a way to say anything and
Okay.
everything. And if I have to pause and take a minute to say the calm version of what I need to say, then I would do that. I feel like my friends just pop off and just.
But isn't that just gay culture though? I can
Is
think
that-
of 1,000 people in my life who just say whatever the fuck they want to say because I'ma do me and can't nobody tell me what to do. Isn't that just gay culture though, Antoine?
I think that's just cultural, period. I don't even think that that's just a gay thing. Like, I think that there are heterosexuals that act just like that.
So what is the remedy though? Like how do we get out of that? Because what I hear from this chair is people who want to be in relationship, they want to be in love, they want to be connected to someone, but also I don't want to have to change, I don't want to have to compromise, I don't want to have to be anything but me.
I think these kind of spaces, honestly, for people to actually talk about what it looks like or what it feels like authentically, I think that's the token. Honesty hour.
Honesty hour.
Yeah, and like being honest. I think the real thing for me and Jashawn and I really starts from us being honest from the first moment we met. We didn't have a moment to kind of like fake and you know what I'm saying, do that whole like, oh, let me act like, you know what I'm saying, I'm somebody else or I do something else. It's not giving.
Okay, we're going to get back to that because I got a whole bunch of questions about that. But Atlanta-based performer Lala Ree from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 13 and All Stars 8 has said that he is quitting drag. He said, now that I've accomplished everything I wanted drag-wise, if there is no passion there, if there is no love for it, why continue to do something I don't want to do for myself? At some point, my question for y'all is, especially for you, Jashawn, doesn't a passion have to be work just a little bit? Like you are a pastor. I would imagine that you are passionate about that, right?
Absolutely.
But sometimes ain't it just work?
No.
Like it's never ever work. Child, then I'm doing it wrong because this fucking podcast is work sometimes. Like, but you are also in ministry, but I imagine that you have certain passions. But are you saying your passions are never work?
I think that some of my passions could be definitely like work related. I think for me, like I work in the field in ministry. I work in that same aspect or that same like division, if you will, or department. So it's like I'm always constantly taking care of people. And so it's work if you look at it from like a different lens. But for me, I'm just taking care of people. So it's not work, but
And you're passionate about taking care of people.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Again, maybe maybe y'all telling me to get out the podcast business because
No,
we're not.
no, don't do that.
No, we're not.
You're delusional. Stop.
I mean, delusional was a word of the day for a little while ago. Okay. So Lavelle Dante stopped by the back room just ahead of his comedy show at the Laugh Factory when he said this. Check this out.
Who am I to be blessed with a platform and not use it correctly? I don't know. That's just me. Like some people, you can do whatever you want to do on your platform. But me, I know I'm meant to be spread joy, spread positivity. I don't even talk about drama for real. There's not a lot of videos of me saying, did you hear about such, 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 such? Because I like to be on a whole nother page because there's so much of that already going on.
Yes.
And I'm like, let me just be somebody funny here. Because I am, I'm getting the tea.
Yes.
I'm seeing what's happening, but it's like, I don't have to say the same thing too. So let me like be a light with all of this darkness that's going on.
You can watch the whole interview on Patreon. Subscribing is one of the easiest ways to support what we do on Dear Black Gay Men. You'll get exclusive content that you won't see anywhere else. To become a patron, visit patreon.com/Dear Black Gay Men. The link is in the description. During the break, let me know in the comments how you shine your light in the world that can be dark and grim, especially the next couple years. When we come back, we get real couples to find out how they get through bullshit in their relationships. Sorry, Pastor. This is Couples Explained, and we will be right back. We got a commercial there.
Get in the conversation.
This comment says, I did a good job. It's time for a congratulatory ejaculation session.
Chat live on the show and get exclusive content.
The bottoms are going to eat me up for this in the chat.
Join the Dear Black Gay Men Insiders group on Facebook.
Okay, Aaron, do you think HIV is still a big deal?
I do. When I look at the numbers and things like that, I have to like burst myself out of my own bubble because for me, it's not a big deal. I go to the doctor, I get my 2 shots or my shots every 2 months, and like HIV is a non-factor for me.
Mm-hmm.
But then I realize all of the privileges in my life that allow me to do that.
What about you, Verity? Is HIV a big deal? Because you are an ally.
I am an ally. And so I feel like on a day-to-day, it's honestly not something that's top of mind. But being a part of the podcast, and I didn't realize just how prevalent it still was.
That's why this episode is brought to you in part by the HIV Vaccine Trials Network. HIV has been a huge part of my life as a gay man, and the HIV Vaccine Trials Network is working to minimize that because ending HIV is about all of us.
For me, as an ally, I wasn't truly aware of the impact HIV has on our lived experiences until we started working with the HIV Vaccine Trials Network. Now that I know about this network, I feel like there's a real way for me to get involved in the fight against HIV. I've been able to get educational resources on HIV, stay up to date on HIV research, and enroll in studies to help end HIV.
If you would like more information or get involved in an HIV vaccine trial, whether you're living with HIV or not, visit helpendhiv.org. That's helpendhiv.org. The link is in the description.
What up, though? The conversations stay lit on Dear Black Gay Men podcast. Hookup, entanglement, situation, relationship, everything from dushing to dating.
A top verb, but I am not a top noun. I am a guru at first dates.
It's new every Wednesday. Subscribe now.
We're live from the back room right here on Dear Black Gay Men podcast. On the show tonight, we have a couple here to talk about what happens once you get out of the dating pool. Here in the studio, we have Mr. and Mr. it was important for us to say Mr. and Mr.
Absolutely.
Antoine and Jashawn. Now, what's the one thing that you think us single girls don't understand about relationships? Antoine, I'll start with you.
Ooh, that love is for everyone. That
What do you mean?
So I hear sometimes, especially because I'm a part of the ballroom culture, that like, man, ain't nobody gonna love me because I'm Vogue. I do this, I do that. I think a lot of times people sell themselves short from actually having to cultivate what the love languages are. Like all of those things. Like we all need love. We all got it already, but we really could use some extra
I think
love.
now, as a person who's still actively in the dating pool, I would say that it's probably that the people who think that love isn't for them don't like the people that would actually love them.
Or themselves.
I mean, sure, but I don't want to be presumptive. But like, I absolutely love a butch queen, a queen, all the things, but they don't love me in the same way because I'm not masculine, or I'm not masculine enough. And so I end up getting filtered out because, ain't nobody gonna love me. And then I'll be like, hey, what's up? And they be like, but not you though.
I don't understand that.
Of course you don't. You got a man.
Yeah, I mean, I was single once. Like,
Agreed. I mean, once, just one time. Like you are single one time.
man ran that train through.
I could throw this rebuttal at you. I mean, Jashawn, what do you think we don't understand about relationships, the single girls?
That it comes with a profound sense of work. You have to work at it every single day. Like it's not easy. And I think that single people, because I've been single once.
One time.
Yeah, one time.
Just one time.
Just one time.
I've been single, and I think that being single is kind of like easy. Like
Compared to being in a relationship? you mean?
Absolutely.
Is it okay? So is it? You say that being in a relationship is work. Is it hard work? Like, do you feel like you have to work hard at your marriage, at your relationship?
I think that you have to work on yourself in your marriage. I think that people think that you have to work on the marriage. You are the marriage. The marriage is not you.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's big.
So I work on myself, Antoine works on himself, and we are the marriage. And I think that coming to terms with who I thought I was, I'm not. And I have to work on that. That is the hard part.
What do you mean coming to terms with who you thought you was, you're not? What does that mean?
Like I thought that so you said you can get into this later, but I fasted before I moved to Atlanta.
This that pastor shit. I
sorry.
shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that.
And so I was like working. I was really, really working on myself.
Okay.
And so whenever
I'll take that.
Yeah. So whenever I met Antoine, I'm thinking like, oh, you're getting the best of me. To find out that
It's a whole bunch of other.
it's a
bests.
whole bunch of stuff that I had to uncover myself. Like I had to like literally lean into this ain't good for him. This ain't good for you. So it's not going to be good for him. Like I had to like lean into that and figure that out. I have a really, really strong, like I'm gonna get you. I can get you. And
When you say I can get you, is that like a vengeful thing or like I can pull this man?
no,
What you trying to
like,
say? I'm gonna get
Like
you.
if he say something to me, I have a comeback. Like my friends have.
I see that.
Yeah, my friends have taught me like how to be. He call it being sassy. I can be very, very.
We play
sassy.
a game here called Sassy or Trashy all
No,
the
he's
time.
gonna pass it. But not the trashy part, but the sassy
Yeah,
part.
Okay, I
definitely
mean,
not
we play
trashy.
Sassy or Trashy here a lot, but go ahead.
Yeah. So it's like where that was my norm. I know that in my marriage that doesn't work, and I can still say what I need to say. I just need to say it in a gentle way.
How did as Antoine was as Jashawn was finding this softer way to communicate and whatnot, did you see him figure this out, or did he have it figured out and then y'all got together? Like where did you enter the chat?
to be fair, when we first met, he was really gentle. Like, I'm talking about extremely gentle. Made me feel like I was the man of the mans. Now, I still feel like that. However, then there became a time where we really started to kind of going back into what he was saying, we began to grow as individuals. And we had to learn how to communicate our growth patterns. Like, when we're growing out of things that we have already become normal to, our partners become normal to. We've realized that we have to communicate that change. Like, this is how I now feel about this. Now, 6 months ago, I did not feel like this. But now today, or during this period of this transition, I feel like this.
Okay.
So having that conversation was a thing.
But how did y'all get even sensitive to that? Because again, on the single side of this, the girls don't want to change anything. They don't want to communicate anything. They want y'all to have. They want a perfect man.
It's so funny. If I may, when I first met Jashawn, we'll probably get into how we met and all that later down the line.
Yes.
So I'm not gonna do that right now. But I was one of those guys that was I was definitely screaming before I even met him that night, like, don't like me, don't like me, don't like me, because I was real big. Like, if you don't have a certain type of job, I don't want to talk to you. If you don't have a car, if you don't have your own apartment, like, I don't want to deal with you. I'm not dealing with you.
Had all of it.
Had all of it, right? However, it was he snapped.
Oh, I
right?
can't do it.
Wow.
Okay.
And then it became a point where it was like, you know what? He's already in the process of just becoming better. So now I want to, like, put him on. Like, I want to put
that
him
is
on.
what you felt about Jashawn, or that was Jashawn's experience of you?
Well, see, let me tell you. What I didn't realize is that spirit, I know that you want to talk about the church shit, but spiritually, Jashawn was there. He's here for that.
I got a
that
button
portion.
for that too.
Please give it to me.
Since you got your degree, you know every fucking thing.
But go ahead. Theologist.
Thank you so much. But see, yeah, so like,
nice.
it was like I was putting him on to, like, the culture of just being, like, a little worldly, like knowing what that side of life looks like. And then spiritually, he's connected me in those aspects that I was already a little bit connected to growing up, but then he's broadened my, I would say, horizons in my spirituality.
Okay, I mean, okay, I hear that.
It's like it's almost like I didn't expect for it to go the way that it did, but it really did. And he's helped me grow in the areas that I was lacking, and where he was lacking, I felt like I've been able to help him.
I love that he raised his head. Did y'all see that? He was like,
So I think that we have to kill the idea of, like, gender roles. There is no woman in this relationship.
Absolutely.
And in, lesbian relationships, there is no man in the relationship. And so we had to realize that I lead in a certain place and you lead in a certain place, which probably should be the norm in all relationships. And
Verity is in your amen corner.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Verity
for the
is
amen
like,
corner.
preach, preacher.
Yeah, and so it's like, I don't know how to, like, change a tire and things like that. Like, things that I should, I just don't.
It's not that you should.
Yeah, I mean,
either you don't or you don't.
I don't. But he does. And so it's like, if I get a flat tire, then I'm calling my husband, or I'm calling, at the time,
Just
I'm calling
for clarity,
my man.
when I get married, I'm calling my husband. I don't give a shit what I know.
I
Let me
call
call my husband.
See,
Let me call my husband.
nah. Don't be trying to pull that stunt like that. Don't
I'm
do
not
that
going to be
I
helpless.
definitely do
but
that.
I am absolutely going to check in with my husband for the most random things.
Oh,
Girl,
yeah.
Sometimes.
you want to go to brunch today? Oh, let me call my husband real quick. Let me just double check.
Yes, I do that.
Let me call my husband.
that.
Like, I cannot wait to say, let me call my husband.
We are buying, like, we're hosting Thanksgiving.
It's okay, friend.
Okay, we're hosting
It's okay.
Thanksgiving.
Well, we hosted Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we hosted Thanksgiving, and
It
so
really doesn't matter.
okay. Well, we are hosting, and then we will host whenever this come out.
And have hosted.
Thanksgiving, yeah.
Now we've hosted.
Everyone.
Okay.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving will happen at your
Thanksgiving
house.
will happen at our house, and today,
Whether it was yesterday or tomorrow.
absolutely,
Got it.
And I
Every day.
am like, I'm in charge of, like, getting the food. So I was about to make the order so it can be delivered, and so I was like, let me call my husband just to make sure.
Doesn't it feel good though?
It feels really good to be submissive. in that way. Like,
Is that because you're dominant in other ways?
yes.
Like, does being dominant in certain ways enrich being submissive in other ways?
Yes, because I'm not only submissive to him, but I do give him that part of me that I don't give other people.
What about you? Like, is your submission enriched because you are dominant in other aspects of your relationship?
Absolutely.
And I think that's so.
Absolutely.
I think now, outsider looking in, you are a butchie or butch queen than Jashawn or I.
I'm
And
demure.
Yeah, I would give you mindful. I would give you very, very mindful, very cutesy.
Absolutely.
And so, like,
ladylike.
Like, how did you come with Did you come with a submissive component, or did you learn that in your relationship?
I believe I've always had like a submissive side because I think that I've always known that you can't have like a.
You can't be
like
dominant all the time.
Like,
I mean, some
there's
people can. Some people
but
can.
I do think that I came around more on the dominant side because I wanted to really figure out what my role would be to make sure that he was okay as I saw his growth and he saw his growth in me.
Okay, so for you specifically though, I mean both of y'all, but did you have I want to figure out how these pieces fit together? Did you come with that ideology already, or did you grow that because you found a man? I'm really trying to figure out, is it the chicken or the egg? Which came first?
The egg.
It was the egg, yeah.
So you were like, I need to.
You know I am no Z, so I was watching everything.
We all were like, what is he waving? Okay, but before we get to that, I really want to figure out, like, did you come into the relationship saying, I need to figure out how to make this work? Or did you find the man and then learn that I need to figure out how to make it work?
Ooh.
Which happened first?
It was in the middle, honestly. Like, before I met him, like literally moments before I even met him, I literally was telling people to not like me. So it's really weird. It's really, really weird. But I guess you could say I met the person that I felt like my heart was in tune with. And as weird as that may sound to some, that's what it gave.
Okay. All right. I mean, I feel that. And I'll get your response, Jashawn, in a second. But as you can tell from the whiteboard, they want me to hurry up. Okay. Opinions about the dating pool and the dating process come up all the time. To get a married perspective on the single game, I'm going to run through some of the DMs that we've received. These are actual DMs from people. And you can let us know, the two of you can let us know if they're appropriate or off base. This is a remix on our game, Sassy or Trashy, but we ain't going to play that just yet. Okay. The first one is... This saying, all a man needs to date me is a crib, a car, and a job. Is that appropriate or off base?
Off base.
Off base. All he needs is a crib, a car, and a job.
Appropriate.
Why do you say appropriate?
I think that's the standard of living. Like, I think that if you're doing all of those things in the middle, you want a relationship, then at least you can come with something. Like it's.
But is that something though? I got a roof over my head, a means of transportation, and some kind of. I don't think that's something. I think that is being a man.
Yeah.
But every man ain't eligible.
Yeah, but I think like you can have all of that and be
Horrible.
Horrible. Yeah, you know.
Y'all
like,
can't say fucked up because y'all are men of the cloth. I can say fucked up.
Yeah, that. I just feel like, and you know, 'cause I have been dated one time, so I feel like I've had that, you know, in the past, and it is weaponized. It's like, I don't know. I just like, I don't think that is. No, you need more than that. You need.
So I'm not saying that. Okay, so this is what I'll say. That is a minimum. That's if you're an adult, then I feel like you should have a job. If you're dating and you're an adult, a job, a car, or means of transportation. When I first moved here, I didn't have a car. I was on a train doing everything.
But that is still a means of transportation, though.
You getting where you got to go.
Okay. All right. The next one says, I need to work on myself before I start dating. Antoine, I keep saying Antoine. Jashawn, is that appropriate or off base?
Appropriate.
I need to work on myself before I start dating. Appropriate or off base? Really?
Appropriate.
Absolutely.
Why? But both of y'all have already said that the work continues when you're dating.
Yeah, but you have to start on your own. Like,
Yeah.
This is not like get with you and then bleed all over you and then we try to figure it out together. No, like you need to kind of know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, like, and I think that comes with work. Like self-health is like that's a work that you do on your own. I'm not looking to Antoine to help me self-help. Like that's something that I do on my own time.
Okay. I that was very, very well said. I'll give you that one. I won't give you the button on that one. Okay. This one says sexual position is a deal breaker. Appropriate or off base?
Off base.
What? Why?
We're gay.
Yeah, like what is up with you know what? The top, the bottom, like the either or thing, I think that is so like
Late.
horrible. Like, I'm a strict top and I'm only gonna do this. Why, sweetie?
Why is that the voice of a strict top though?
Get that gooch licked on or something. Like, figure it out. Like, what?
Surprise, surprise. Okay, what about this one? Zodiac sign is a deal breaker.
No. What's the two options?
Appropriate or off base?
Off base.
Definitely off base.
Like, what's your sign?
I'm a Libra.
And
I'm a Scorpio.
They say we will never work.
However, all of the men in my family that I'm like,
Y'all
this
know, hold on,
with
wait. Y'all
are Libras.
y'all don't like Libras?
No, we're just Scorpios.
they
I'm a
are
Scorpio.
they are Scorpios.
Yes, number 15. I just turned 33. Yeah, so all of the men in my
I love it. Shameless plug. I just turned 33. Got it.
Jesus
Okay.
year. All of the men in my family are are Libras, and they are absolutely amazing. Well, I can say all of them. The majority of the ones that I get along with are Libras, and they are amazing.
The best relationship, I'll say the relationship I learned the most from was from a Libra.
Oh, absolutely.
The
They're
relationship I
scales.
absolutely learned about me, about relationships, about dating, about being a good person from a Libra.
Yeah, I feel like it's the scales.
October 7th. When are you?
September the 23rd. I'm the first day.
Oh, okay. You almost made Virgo. Okay.
Almost doesn't count.
I love that we're in sync like this because
I don't know. Y'all ain't gonna be double teaming me like that. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, this one says I'm a femme bottom. My man must be masculine. Appropriate or off base?
Off base. Find you somebody else, sweetheart.
baby, you better find yours off top.
Okay, what about this one? Compromise is the only way to make a dating situation work. Appropriate or off base?
Appropriate.
What kind of compromise are we talking about? Now, the fact that y'all are married just lends to the idea that y'all are so, in sync with everything. Y'all say it together.
Not all the time.
Yeah, no.
Not all the time. I think that it's the perspective. I think that everything is a perspective. And I think that you don't have to agree with someone's perspective rather than allow someone to have a perspective.
You don't have to agree with someone's perspective rather than allow them to have one. And so where do you fit in that? Like, in his perspective, where do you fit? Or is that even a thing?
That's not my responsibility. I don't manage his perspectives.
I think that's a perfect place to take a break. Okay. Up next, we're going to play a new game called Locked In with our couples. Am I supposed to hit the thing? Okay.
Was that like a bad question?
I need the comments to sound off. What was one piece of advice someone in the relationship gave you that you will always remember? Don't forget to shop a Dear Black Gay Man merch. It's the easiest way to support the channel and rock your pride and help us keep creating content every week. We've still got our trusty basics, and we just dropped the Warm and Cozy collection. Take 15% off with your first order with code DBGNFAM. All our merch is available at DearBlackGayMan.shop. When you get your hoodie or hat, post a pic and tag at Dear Black Gay Man to get featured during the show. This is Couples Explained. Couples Explained. And we'll be right back.
Why'd you go to commercial break?
We just finished.
What up, though? The conversations stay lit on Dear Black Gay Men podcast. Hookup, entanglement, situation, relationship, everything from dushing to dating.
A top verb, but I am not a top noun. I am a guru at first dates.
It's new every Wednesday. Subscribe now.
Every conference I go to, I get noticed because of the bag.
No, for real. So like they was asking me, I got noticed. Somebody pulled me aside. They were like, "Oh my God, I really love your bag." And they came up to start talking to me about how they can get connected with Dear Black Gay Men.
I mean,
was like,
it's a
"Come
great marketing
on."
tool. It's a great marketing tool, and it goes with most of our merch.
And then, child, I was at the at an undisclosed facility because they ain't a sponsor.
Oh, I thought it was because you was at a sex party.
No.
Okay. That's
Back-
why
back
this
room,
episode
maybe.
Not a back room.
That's why this episode of Dear Black Gay Men Podcast is brought to you in part by MIH bags. Everywhere I go, I get noticed from my DBGM hoodie and my MIH. All I want is everything bag. Hold it up, Verity. That is actually my bag. I love it. It's the perfect bag to throw everything in when I'm rushing to the studio, or an overnight bag when I'm doing whatever I would be doing overnight.
You almost made me cry when you gifted me my All I Want Is Everything
The All I Want Is Everything duffel.
duffel bag for my birthday, and I get stopped every time I wear it. It's the perfect everyday bag or work bag or even a bag for the airport when I'm going on a nice trip.
That's not what the script says.
I don't care. You know I ain't been to the gym.
You can shop MIH Bags' full collection of accessories and apparel at mihbags.com. They're a Black queer-owned business that carries T-shirts and duffels and toiletry bags and so much more for all your accessory needs. Use code DBGM15 to take 15% off at checkout. That's mihbags.com. The link is in the description. We're live from the back room right here on Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. Okay, we've got new colors in our hats and hoodies available at dearblackgaymen.shop. Shopping Dear Black DBGM merch is the easiest way to support Dear Black Gay Men so we can bring you new content every single week. Shop dearblackgaymen.shop or look for links under this video on YouTube. Before the break, I asked, what was one piece of advice someone in a relationship gave you that you will always remember? The piece of advice that I've gotten, y'all ready for this? Mm-hmm. My ex, that was a Libra, he taught me what integrity and what cheating is. And he said that cheating is not just laying down with somebody. Cheating is when I give something that I've promised to my partner to somebody else. It could be time, it could be money, it could be of myself in any way. A lot of people just dwell on the physical aspects, but he taught me that cheating was any time that I sacrifice my integrity. I undermine my agreements for another person. And that has kept me out of so much drama and pettiness, because I don't cheat on nobody for any reason. I don't even cheat on them.
They all got this.
All of them were like,
Wow.
Okay. Right before the break, we had a really good discussion on how these couples navigate differences and disagreements. Now we're going to play a new game called Locked In. Do we have an intro? Okay. This is how you play. I will ask a question, and the partner with the whiteboard, which is Jashawn, will write their answer down and hold it up without saying anything. The other partner will answer the question once I call on them, and we will see if their answers on the board matches the partner's response.
You better do good.
Does that make sense?
You better do a good job.
You better have good penmanship.
You gotta. They know each other way too well. Okay.
I can write.
I know that you a lefty.
Yep. I can write. Okay.
Lefties are some of the smartest people on the
Oh,
planet.
God,
Absolutely.
super special.
Yeah.
Literally.
Okay. So the first one is, what is Jashawn's pet peeve? You write it.
People with no self-control.
What does that mean? You can't say it before you write it, because he can just write what you say.
Oh, well, you didn't.
I didn't specify.
You didn't
I'll do that
specify.
next time. But what does that mean?
Basically that people who do not take time to process their thoughts. So people who are like emotionally unstable or imbalanced.
Okay. What did you write? No self-control.
So
That
although
is great. That is great penmanship, by the way.
Yeah, great
Thank
penmanship.
you.
Now let me tell you the funny part, and we'll go to the next question. The funny part is that on our ride here, we literally had this conversation.
Absolutely.
And he was like, he randomly was like, my biggest pet peeve now is that I don't like people with self-control. And I was like, well, I guess I need to be working on some more.
I'm a prophet.
I think actually the people that wrote the script are prophetic because that's been in the teleprompter since long before y'all got here.
Ooh.
A prophet knows what's already written down.
All
See?
right.
I got this
Okay. It ain't bad. Okay. So Jashawn, what was your most recent romantic thing your partner did for you? You write it down. Most recent romantic thing your partner did for you. Are you a romantic?
Yes, I am a spontaneous romantic. I am the type of husband or lover that I'm trying to let him finish so I don't give him no clues.
We just can't sit here. Okay.
All right, so
he writing a lot
he's
now.
writing.
You okay?
I've done something.
So what is the most recent romantic thing you've done for Jashawn?
Man, so we went to New Orleans. I took him out to eat. He loves steaks. I know that's not what it is. I am a flower. Like I love buying him flowers spontaneously. So I would think that it would be me buying him some roses, filling up our house with roses. I think.
Okay, what did you write? He got me flowers a couple weeks ago. Oh, that's great. We took a little applause. Okay, that was cute.
See?
What was the occasion? Was there an occasion?
No. I just came home and it was just flowers and flowers and flowers. And I was like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
He got some that night, didn't he? You don't have to answer that.
Okay. Yes. I'm married. It's undefiled.
Okay.
And I didn't know ahead of time. I just did it just to do it. That's when you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, we'll talk about that later. For you, Jashawn, what's your partner's most played song on their playlist? What is Antoine's most played song on his playlist? Are y'all? I mean, both of y'all are in ministry. I shouldn't ask that because that's gonna be terrible. But do you are y'all a like need activity kind of couple, or do y'all be like sitting in silence, like scrolling phones?
Both.
Like, what is most often for you?
I don't mind activities, but I don't mind sitting like up under him. Like I want his leg all on me, and I want to just sit there. I play my PlayStation.
Like, what's your love language?
Physical touch.
Is that yours as well, Jashawn?
No. Lord, no.
Lord, no.
I really feel like you was gonna cuss, but you was like, let me just input Jesus. Okay, hold on. So what is the most played song on your playlist, Antoine?
Anything. Honestly, anything.
You gotta pick a song. He wrote something.
I really don't. He couldn't give you a song because I play so much gospel music in my trunk, and I got subwoofers that beat down the block. So he ain't gonna be able to tell you no song. If he tell you a song, it'll be Everything by Ty Tribbett because I just sung it.
Everything is a song.
He ain't write
What
it
you
though.
got? Anything Kevin Lemons or
No
Nate Bean.
cap. Let me tell you, that's good though. That's
but
good.
that ain't
That
you
what I
said,
put though. That crazy.
He said anything gospel. These are two gospel artists.
That's
Kevin
right,
Lemons and Nate Bean. Okay, I mean, I will not give you a point because
we 3 for 3.
Nah,
I rebuke that in the name of the Most High. The next one, so Jashawn,
yes.
what is a funny habit Antoine has that never fails to make you laugh? What is a funny habit that Antoine has that never fails to make you laugh? This is like the Newlywed game. I'm kind of enjoying this. Good job, Verity. What is a funny habit that Antoine has that never fails to make you laugh? Are you comedic though?
Yes, I can. I'm definitely. I have a little sense of humor. However,
I know you got a big sense of humor, but are you like comedic? Like, let me make you laugh.
Oh yeah. If it's giving quietness and we sit, how you just said, do y'all sit and just scroll? After a certain time, it'd be like, oh no, boo. Oh no, I get touching and playing and calling names and
And
doing
see,
all that.
I'm a tickler.
Oh yeah, me too.
I'm a tickler.
He
Like,
don't
like
being
if you ain't
tickled.
laughed enough, I
Absolutely.
And now that I'm big, I'll lay all over you and tickle you until you can't squirm no more. Like I used to date this dude. He was 6 feet tall, 135 pounds. Like he was tiny.
Yeah.
And I used to love just tickling him all day, every day because he couldn't control it. He started squirming and all of that. You ready?
I do.
Okay. What is a funny habit that you have, Antoine, that always makes Deshaun laugh? No. Is that the way I said it?
Yeah.
Yes. What's a funny habit that you have that always makes Deshaun laugh? What is it?
Ooh. So I don't know if it makes him I don't know if it makes him laugh. Excuse me. I don't know if it makes him laugh, but I do keep things spread out around the house.
That definitely doesn't make me laugh.
Like what? Like you messy?
Paraphernalia. Mm-mm. Keep
Okay.
little, you know.
Okay, what did you write? When he hits a curb in his new car. Oh.
He literally, the day he got his car, he was trying to be so careful. And we went to
So
Chicago
cutesy,
Pizza.
so demure.
So demure. And
Y'all.
he literally almost took the wheels off at Chicago Pizza. And
No.
he was so mad.
No,
and he did it when we pulled up here.
Just did it.
outside.
And I looked at him and I was like, oh, I know you think this shit funny, but it's
Okay. What's so this is for you, Jashawn. What is your favorite? What would Antoine say is your favorite thing to do together? That you can share on TV. Cause I mean, we had a whole conversation before the show started that I don't think we could. I wouldn't ask you any of those. You already got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do you say, Antoine? What would Jashawn say? No, what is your favorite thing to do together? That's what would you say is your favorite thing to do together?
honestly, y'all would probably cook or eat. Like spend time together, like cooking, eating, maybe.
Something to do with food. What did you write? What did you write? What did you write? What
What
did you write?
if he say church, I'm gonna scream.
What did you write? What did you write? Sex!
Man, he said, well, when you said that perfect for TV, I was like, oh, let me mouth it up a little bit. Okay. Well,
I mean-
that is my absolute favorite now. Good job, baby. I'm sorry I didn't get that one, but I'll make it up to you.
Surprise, surprise.
Okay, this is the last one. This is good.
We're
Jashawn.
not doing good.
No, we doing
Y'all
great.
are doing great.
We 3-1.
So Jashawn, this is the last one. This is for all the marbles. When would Antoine say that he knew you loved him? When would Antoine say he knew that you loved him? And while he's writing, give me some context.
Man, let me tell you. So the funny part is I knew the first night.
Really?
I knew the first night. I walked into a space that was real pure. Like, first of all, we met on Jack. Let me just give you a background since our last question.
You met on that app.
We met
Listen-
on the app, excuse me,
listen,
because
I
you
say-
all are not.
Because they ain't giving us no money
That's
yet.
right. So we met on this particular app. And my Cinco de Mayo. So I had just left friends. I was outside with my friends. Literally, I was outside. And I went in and have you ever went to a door and you like going to like, a little piece of, whatever door and you like.
Was this supposed to be a hookup?
Yeah, it was. Absolutely.
It was?
I didn't even, man, I had on a white beater, cotton shorts, nothing, cotton shorts, slides, and some Nike socks.
At Friends?
I changed. I went home and then we was
okay.
on the app and then I went because he was
Okay.
close to you.
He was jack
He was-
distance away.
Well, he was app distance away.
He was app distance away. Got it.
And not even really app distance because I had to get on the highway. But yeah, it was given. But I got to the door and something like literally, and I ain't even trying to be like super spiritual, but it literally something was like, check yourself. Like I literally at the door, I remember me like, okay. Because I didn't know what I was getting myself into. And where I was coming to, where he said I was coming to, like I had to go down steps. It was so much, and I was getting already like kind of flustered. Like, am I being set up? Like it's Cinco de Mayo. I'm already
You
drunk.
was getting
so
reset.
I
You were
was-
getting reset.
man, I walked up in that thing, and it was like, whoa. He poured me a glass of wine. He was like, "You want some wine?" I was like, "Damn, yeah, I don't need to drink nothing else." But yeah, man, we started talking. I had the one question. Now I never forget the question. Where you from? He told me, and I said, "Well, what made you move to Atlanta though? You from Tennessee? What made you move to Atlanta?"
Mm-hmm.
And that story broke me completely down. And I said, "There's nothing that I need to do to make this man's life be any more horrible or traumatizing than what it already is." And it was literally like, I remember going to bed because I thought I was going to smash. I didn't smash. So I literally went to bed and I was like, my normal me, I would have got up and got up out of there. But that night, I held him. I held him tight. Like I had knew him for years. That made me want to cry. Oh my God. I held him for a year. I mean, I had known him for years. I held him for so long overnight. And I was like, damn, I woke up and I was like, in order for me to really say that I like have somebody I'm talking to, I got to take him on a date. So then we went to the movies. And at that movies, when he showed up, he was dressed, he looked good. I was like, damn, okay, he can dress. He put on some dunks. I was like, hell yeah, he got a little dress game on. Like, let's go. God, at that movies, we left early. He was like, I don't like this movie. And I was like, come on, let's go. We can go to the house. Went to the house, we chilled. That night, I was like, okay, you know what? I was in my phone, my Rolodex, like,
Delete. You was deleting. You was clearing the roster after the first night?
App gone. App is gone after the movies.
Oh, that's so dope. Okay.
So
just to finish the game, hold on.
Yeah.
What did you say? When the first night. Okay, so let me ask you this. Or am I supposed to ask this after the break? Oh, okay. So do you even think I thank you for sharing that, and I think that is a beautiful love story. Do you think that the girls are even open to the idea that love could happen first night?
I think.
Wait, who you asking me, Jashawn?
I'll start with Jashawn since he was writing.
Yeah.
I think that the girls and boys, them and they, are doing just that. The idea. I don't think that they think that it's a reality.
You don't think they even could think it's a reality?
I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think that, because love is not something that we are taught in our culture. You know.
But I think it gets even harder now because we see the Williams Rowans. You all right?
It was the whiskey. Excuse me. Thank you so much, Trey.
Thank you for
It's Trey's fault. Can we open this door again? We all sweat. Okay. But I think I think it gets even harder because we see the Williams Rowans on the Instagram, and we want that today. Without the work that goes, we don't see the work that y'all put into being you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I think it's a little twofold. So I think in different settings, people have noticed the change in the both of us. And I can say for myself, being a part of Ballroom, I have never had the capacity or the ability to really see what love really looks like. And so I think that with that, I didn't know either.
So how were you open to it then if you've never seen it?
creating it.
Literally, it was almost like, I remember a couple of months before I met Deshaun, I was at, doing my spiritual thing. And I was like, I really need something different. Like I was, in the world.
Outside.
I was outside. And I was like, I need something different. Like, so I took a 6-month break. So where I didn't want to be in a relationship, I didn't allow people to come spend the night at my house. It was like none of that. Like if we hooked up, you wasn't spending the night. We was doing what we was doing. You was out. It wasn't no like love languages shown. I filtered myself to prepare myself. So it kind of goes back to what Deshaun said. Like preparing yourself before a relationship is really important.
But you didn't even have a person to prepare yourself for.
I needed to get good for me though. Like it didn't even matter who I was gonna meet.
Is that what's missing though?
Yes. I think so. And I think it's because a lot of people think that they wait to change when they meet a person. But if you change prior to you meeting someone, then you'll know your self-worth. Now you'll know when you meet someone who's not good for you, then you'll be like, oh baby, I'm not dealing with that. Which goes back to my reality or my perception of car job. What was it? Car job.
Crib, car, and a job.
Crib, car, and a job.
That was so good.
Thank you, sir.
I feel like you was preaching right there.
I'm
And
a pastor.
I'm trying not to lean into y'all ministry gifts, but
Handidiobo.
oh, here we go. Okay. Am I supposed to cue the music here? Yes. All right. Up next, things get a little heated as we ask our guests what they are doing to keep their partners stuck on them like honey. For the comments, what is something you desire from your partner that you were too shy to ask for? This is Couples Explained, and we will be right back. Yeah. What is stigma? I truly believe that it comes up when you think something can't happen to you. Like when we think we could never be femme, so we end up with femmephobia laced all up and through our dating profiles. Or when we don't be out there like that, so we slut shame people for doing openly what we try to sneak and do privately. There aren't too many spaces where stigma rises to a criminal level like it does with HIV.
Knowingly gave her HIV and never told her he was infected.
We're talking to 4 Black men from across the country, all living with HIV. I want to see how stigma comes up in their lives and what we can all do to overcome it.
Y'all done with that?
We're live from the back room right here on Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. I asked y'all to share what is something you desire from your partner that you were too shy to ask for. Mine has always been I want an absolute freak. Like I want a no holds barred, tell me what to do, tie me up a little bit. I'm not a nipples person, but if you wanted to like suck my nipples and pinch on them, I'd be down for it. I don't know that I'm too shy to ask for it now, but that's just something I've never gotten. Huh. I don't know if I like anybody's tone in here that they're surprised by that, but okay. Okay, early in the show, we had a little fun by playing a game where we got to see if the couples had matching answers to a few questions I asked. Now, I want to know how real couples keep it hot and keep it hot and coming in their relationships. Is sex a big deal when you're married?
No.
No. Why not?
I think that when we are introduced into this community, I think it's over sexualized, and so we don't learn the other aspects of like intimacy. And so with Antoine, I learned how to sit and have like a intellectual conversation that still gets me to the same space. I understand the beauty of being held. I understand the beauty of conversation and just having you in the room. You know, like everything doesn't have to be like a bust down. You know, like it just like that. Those are important, you know, but it doesn't always have to be
that laugh.
Yes,
had a whole bunch of context.
Absolutely.
But go ahead.
But it doesn't always have to be that, and I'm enjoying learning that because I did not have that before. So, just to be transparent, whenever I came into the community, it was by older people that didn't want anything but my body, and so I adopted that. And so, like I guess my season of just being free and doing my thing, it was no conversation, and I had the same sexual partners for years, but we never broke the fourth wall, if that makes sense. You know, like I never like, I don't care if your mama, like it's literally like, I don't care if your mama died, you know, like, hey, what you doing? You know, like, what's up? And then we come over and don't have no clothes on, you know, like minimal, you know, like I'm pulling up just how he put up with me, like t-shirt, sweatpants, hoodie, slides, you know, like that's how I thought that's what it was supposed to be.
Okay. So let me ask the follow-up, because y'all have shared this kind of first night story about him showing up in the cotton shorts and the wife beater with the slides. Now, on the flip side of that, then you are married, you've been together for years now. What does feeling wanted look like to you, Jashawn?
He does a really amazing job of being spontaneous, like, and like touching me, or like, dang, you so fine. He don't really say dang, but you know, like, you so fine, you this, you that, or whatever. And I act like I don't like it, but I really love it, you know? And so he does like a really good, like, that lets me know, like, I'll wake up in the morning and he like, dang, you woke up like that? Like, you look so good. And I'm like, boy, my hair not cut. My do-rag to the side. Like, what?
Fine.
And he just like, you fine. I'm just like, so I take that on. Like, my husband said I am fine. You know, like, I take that on.
My
So,
husband said I'm fine.
Absolutely.
That's a t-shirt.
yes.
That is an actual t-shirt. My
Okay.
husband said I'm fine.
Say it again because we gonna do that.
What? But the reason I ask is because I really do think that a lot of us single girls feel like being wanted is being sexually desired, and that's the extent of it. And I really think that the unfortunate truth about our culture is that because we don't experience someone wanting us, that if I don't make your dick hard, then then clearly he doesn't want me. When really what I'm hearing from both of y'all is there are levels to this shit, right?
Yeah, because I think that I'm not, like, when you get married, you're not blind. So other people may make Antoine's penis hard. And I understand that. You know, I definitely understand that. But can you calm him down whenever he is upset? Can you...
Every Scorpio in this room just was like, yes! Every Scorpio.
It's the truth. So if you, like, if that's the foundation of your marriage is, I'm the only person that can make my husband penis hard, then that's a setup for failure.
But no, I don't think that. That's not what I'm saying. I think that a lot of people feel as if desire only comes in a sexual form. And we resolve ourselves to feeling as if being sexually desired means he wants all of me, as opposed to he just wants the parts of me I can give him.
I think that the sexual part of like relations have become such a unnecessary matter, if you will. It's almost like mental stimulation does not matter, or emotional stimulation does not matter anymore. And I think that that's the essence of being in a relationship, that you have someone who can mentally stimulate you to where they're speaking to you eloquently about something that is an important topic to you that may not even be an important topic to them, but it's important to you. And it's like, damn, like, you just ate that up. Like, golly, like, shit. Where do you get that logic from, right?
Okay.
And I think that is what the community really lacks most times. Like, there is an intellectual piece of everyone's brain. And so if you are out
But do
there
people really want it to be turned on, though?
But why not, though? Like, you
I
want to
just
be...
don't
you,
think
so,
that a
so
lot of people want that.
You want to be in a relationship with a dummy?
I don't think that people know that is a thing. I don't think people know...
Okay, I'll give you that.
That I can be turned on intellectually. I don't think that... We don't give each other the space to do that. You know, we are products of the community in totality with dark rooms and
back rooms
and all of the things, you know. And so we wasn't in there talking about, oh my gosh, you know, this is this and this. It was given touch, feel, turnover, next. You know, that's what it was given. So now when you have the opportunity to have a conversation and to pick someone's brain and to learn of experiences and to get the reality of your life, you know, and where you come from and how did you end up here and what does this mean to you and your perspective of things. I may not agree with your perspective, but your perspective can definitely turn me on because it's like, oh, this is why you do that. And I love that about you.
And see, I absolutely respect and appreciate that you've added that to the chat. It's just I don't think that my experience. Let me just say my experience, because maybe I'm just dating some trash ass niggas who that could be the case. But also, I just think that a lot of us think that if he doesn't agree with everything I say, if he doesn't honor me unconditionally, if he's not on my team, if there's any rub, then I'll just throw him away and walk on to the next one. And I think that's the unfortunate part about just dating in our culture is there are so many single people that if there's any one piece of this that doesn't work, then I can just move on to the next. We got this buffet, this golden corral in the dating pool, when really, but I stay listening, looking for some filet mignon, and it doesn't make no sense to me.
It's giving Wendy's Biggie bags.
The $5 biggie bag,
$7, $5, whichever one you choose.
Whichever one you choose.
Yeah, and that's crazy that you would go to Golden Corral and look for filet mignon. That's.
But I think that's what a lot of us do.
No, but when you realize that they don't have that, then stop going there.
Or
that's
fix
the t-shirt.
Guess what? Or fix your palate.
And eat some and get ready for Golden Corral.
Actually,
and the runs afterwards.
Maybe you should go to Golden Corral instead of trying to.
No, not me.
No, not you. But yeah, I need you to go to a little alley or something like that, a little steakhouse or something.
Little alley is shameless plug. That's a great place.
Shameless plug. That's
Shameless
a great
plug.
place. Okay, there's no music here. We'll be right back. I think I lead a pretty normal life. I'm a podcaster and a content creator. I'm pursuing my passions. So many of us, Black gay people, either live with a reality or a fear of HIV. Any movement toward a future where HIV is less of a part of who we are, I don't know that I can think of anything more impactful to our culture. All right, we're live from the back room right here on Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. I want to thank my guests, Jashawn and Antoine Williams-Rowans, for stopping by the back room. If you want to follow them, links to their socials are in the description. All season long, we've been baby-stepping our way out of the dating pool, and now this is our last show of the season. I want to share one of the biggest lessons I took away. Earlier this year, I was dumped, courted, dumped by another dude, opened a studio, dumped again, and then all three of them tried to get back with me. Did I get all sullen? No. Did I get mad with the whole dating pool? Did I get vengeful? No. Men are men. They don't know what they want, and sometimes they will get it wrong. Our job is to keep moving. Move up, move along, move forward, but to keep moving. I'm going to keep moving through the dating pool. I hope you all keep moving this season. We're taking a break from our Thursday lives so we can recharge, move around, and get ready for season 5 in January. The podcast is still new on Wednesdays. Then for MLK Day in 2025, we're going to knock your effing socks off. I want to thank you all for rocking with the show, and I will see you in season 5. Talk to you later.